Montgomery County Community College is known throughout the state of Pennsylvania for its wide array of extracurricular activities. However, with so many options offered on campus, one club is going virtually unnoticed. Ernest DeLoach, founder of the Montco Mime Club, has been overseeing the club's activities since it began in 2003, working tirelessly to recruit many of Montgomery County's most talented mimes. But despite popular opinion, college students are surprisingly disinterested in miming. Ernest DeLoach's rise to the top has not always been an easy one. After just 3 years, Ernest's club has encountered a major roadblock. He still remains the only member. So why would a man like Ernest DeLoach invest so much time in something that seems like such a lost cause? We sat down to find out. When did you develop an interest in pantomiming? I'm not sure I'm following you. Could you give me a date? Maybe a time of day? Can we stop the camera? This interview's a waste of time. Although he has never had a definitive major here in Montco, Ernest seems to have found his calling, sharing such pantomimical classics as Trapped in a Box, The Rope Pull, Going for a Stroll, and Trapped in a Smaller Box. When not at Mime Club headquarters, Ernest can be found sharing his gift and spreading happiness all over campus. And even though Ernest cannot wear a typical mime's uniform because he is allergic to face paint, he is still esteemed as one of the greatest of his generation, if not of all time. Ernest DeLoach, the man, the mime, the legend? You decide.
My name's Jerry Collom. I'm the instructor for the MSP 179 digital filmmaking class, which creates some interesting issues because normally a director doesn't have to pay attention to all the other crew positions and what all those other people are doing, but as the instructor, I have to at least split a little bit of my brain off to watch what everybody else is doing and try to help them do their jobs a bit. So it's kind of tricky doing both at once. As a director, I really should be paying attention almost exclusively to the performances of the actors. So it's a bit of a dance to get to do both of those at the same time. But it's fun, it's interesting, I like doing it. I really like design. I like putting pieces together. I like creating sets. I like building the pieces. I like finding locations. I kind of do it all the time. Even when I'm not making a specific film, I'm always looking around. I'm always paying attention to buildings and trails and woods and places like that, thinking, oh, if I ever did this kind of film, I'd want this location, I'd want this swamp. I find that to be a lot of fun. I also like directing very much. I like working with actors and trying to elicit the performances from actors to let them do their best work. There's real joy when you work with people who love what they're doing, and I find that that's often the case with good actors. They really love what they're doing, and it's really fun to see what they can add to the project. I think sometimes people misperceive directors as the person who tells everybody what to do, and that's really not the case. What you're doing is asking people to bring part of themselves to the character. And that's something the director can't do on their own. It's fun and surprising and interesting, and I really love that part of it.
Well, it was broken up a little bit. We started the semester before
COVID started. So we were actually scheduled to have our first show on the night of the day we closed. So we had kind of a false start. But now we've been doing it again. We relaunched this fall. So we had a show in September, October, and November, and now we're back for the spring semester. We're going to keep going. I've always loved attending live music and live shows of all kinds, whether it's theater, stand-up comedy, and music. I just thought that was something that we weren't doing on a regular basis here at Montco. I mean, we do bigger things like lively arts, but I wanted to create something a little smaller, a little more intimate, just a more friendly time when people get together and not have a lot of pressure and just have a good time, that's all. I think my favorite part is the camaraderie, the way that the people who come and perform stay and support each other as the other people perform. I enjoy the main acts, but I think the open mic is a lot of fun. I was surprised at how welcoming everyone was and how we created a really close and loving community, and I really enjoyed that a lot. In the past, I participated in a contest called the 48-hour film contest. And that's where you make about a 5-minute film in 2 days, 48 hours. So I thought, well, this is a lot of fun, but I wanted to bring it to Montco and expand the time so that people could take a little bit of time to sleep in between. So that was my idea, was to create the 48-hour film festival over 5 days and give students and anybody in the community the opportunity to create a 5-minute film.